The House offers the following substitute to Senate Bill 494, a bill to be entitled an act to amend Title II of the OCGA relating to agriculture so as to regulate hemp products, to authorize the Department of Agriculture to enforce certain criminal laws, to provide for definitions, to provide for the establishment of a Delta-9 THC concentration, and for other purposes. That completes the order, Mr. President. The House offers the following substitute to Senate Bill 495, a bill to be entitled an act to amend Code Section 312A18 of the OCGA relating to the low THC oil patient registry, so as to provide for the term of validity of a registration card and for other purposes. That completes the order, Mr. President.
Recognize the Senator from the 11th.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Senate, I bring to you Senate Bill 495. We passed this bill out of the Senate 51-3 just a few weeks ago. This is dealing with the THC oil patient registry that is operated by the Department of Public Health. We passed it out. There was a substitute dropped in a House committee, but then they amended it back to the version that we passed out of the Senate. So that is why you see the sub, but we're going to agree to it, and I'll yield the well, Mr. President. Thank you.
Senator's yielded. Does any other senator wish to speak for or against the measure? Hearing none, the senator has moved that the Senate agree to SB 495 to the House substitute. All those in favor of the motion will vote yea. All opposed, nay. Secretary, unlock the machine. On the passage of the bill, the yeas are 51, the nays are 3, and this motion passes. All right, this is the last one. Last one. Recognize the senator from the 11th.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate agree to the House substitute to Senate Bill 494.
Secretary, read the caption.
The House offers the following substitute to Senate Bill 494, a bill to be entitled an act to amend Title II of the OCGA relating to agriculture so as to regulate hemp products, to authorize the Department of Agriculture to enforce certain criminal laws, to provide for definitions, to provide for the establishment of a Delta-9 THC concentration, and for other purposes. That completes the order, Mr. President.
Senator from the 37th, what purpose do you rise?
Mr. President, I move that the Senate agree to the House substitute to Senate Bill 494 as amended by amendment number 1.
Takes precedence. Recognize Senator from the 37th. Speak to his motion.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, House, Amendment number 1 simply allows us to accomplish Senate Bill 494 in a complete manner. What Senate Bill 494 does, the substitute does, is simply address one of the many isomers of THC, the Delta 8 isomer. What this does is it does what other states have done. It addresses not just Delta 8, but Delta 9, 10, 11, and exo-THC. It's a very simple amendment. It's an important amendment. And it keeps the promise that we have that 0.3 THC is and below is the level of hemp and related products, and make sure that we're not having a whole series of isomers that are completely unregulated, but that every variant of THC is governed at 0.3% and below. That's all it does. It's a cleanup amendment that allows us to move forward in a complete manner. Mr. President, I'd be glad to take questions.
Recognize Senator from the 13th for a question. All right, recognize Senator from the 41st for a question.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator, do you yield?
I do.
Senator, isn't it true that if we were to pass your amendment, this would in effect kill the underlying bill because the House will not have time to agree to it? Is that not true?
I don't know that that's completely true. I will tell you that if we're going to do this, what's important to the lady is if we pass a bill that has completely unregulated isomers, we're turning a blind eye to a huge section of that which is THC. You know, to regulate one and to ignore the others is to ignore our duty. I just can't imagine we would ever do that.
Do you further yield?
I do.
Senator, isn't it true that we have worked tirelessly for several sessions to get this hemp bill correct and to make sure that our industry can thrive in this state? And if you were to pass this amendment, this would kill the bill and force us to have to do this work again next year. Isn't that true?
Well, I would ask the lady, if you've worked tirelessly and you've looked at every potential option and these included, and these are not included, one can only conclude there's an intention to not include these. When you look at other states that have done this, other states who've done their homework have included these, because to not include the 8, 9, 10, 11 isomers, you're ignoring a whole component of THC. And that's all we're trying to do, is do this to standard and do it right the first time. And I know there's, when you look at what other states have done, Tennessee, they did this. Florida did this. Other states did exactly this. And I just want to make sure we do a complete job, Mr. President.
All right. You waive? Okay. Senator, you have no further questions.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, just this is a cleanup measure, allows us to move forward in a complete manner, and ask for your support for amendment number 1.
Senator from the 14th.
Mr. President, thank you. In 30 seconds, I made a promise to several people today that I would impersonate the president of this chamber from the well today, so here it goes. I don't know what we're doing. I mean, this is a good bill, y'all. It's a good bill. I don't know why. I don't know why we want to put an amendment on it. It just don't make any sense to me. But anyway, y'all, we're not trying to ban hemp. We're not trying to ban Delta 8. Just vote it down. We'll do it again the right way. Thank you. I yield the will.
Recognize Senator from the 13th.
Mr. President, I couldn't have said it better myself. Let's go.
All right. Did McLaurin do his impression of me right then? I couldn't hear. Is that what he did? Hey, oh, absolutely. Will you do it again for us? Actually, I don't recognize you. Sit back down. All right, here we go. So we have the senator from the 37th motion to amend all those, which takes precedence over the senator from the 11th. So all those in favor of the senator from the 37th will vote yay. If you're opposed to his amendment, vote no. Secretary, unlock the machine. On the motion, the yeas are 7 and the nays are 47, so his motion is defeated. I recognize Senator from the 11th.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate agree to the House substitute to Senate Bill 494.
Recognize Senator. Speak to the bill.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, this bill passed this House, or this body, Senate 43-5. It has no cannabis in this bill. It only deals with the hemp in our state. It addresses the problems with our unregulated hemp. It's totally disconnected from the cannabis part that we were talking about earlier. It is a good bill to bring the program under control in our state to protect young people like these two girls over here that are my daughters that are with us here tonight. Mr. President, I hope you'll support this bill, and I yield the will.
Senator has yielded. Senator has yielded. So, any other senator wish to speak for or against the measure? Hearing none, the senator has moved that the Senate agree to House substitute SB494. All those in favor of the senator from the 11th will vote yea. All opposed, nay. Secretary, unlock the machine. Senator from the 18th, what purpose do you rise? Senator from
Mr.
the
President,
18th.
parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Isn't it true that my page for the day, Marlena Holt, has been here all day, and we're now approaching 12:45, and she is still here?
All right, all right. All right. That's good. Senator from the 47th, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll see the president's page and raise him two great pages over here that have been here all day.
All right. All right. On the motion to agree, the yeas are 52, the nays are 1, and the senator motion has prevailed. So, all right. So, this is the last one. Recognize the senator from the 27th.
Mr. President, I move that House Resolution 854 be taken from the table.
Secretary, read the caption.